Okay, so I'm trying to get a good network connection. Okay. Yeah, so Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So you need to be able to embrace the mindset of wealth, of abundance. You have the right to be rich and you can be rich. So when we talk about riches, it's not only monetary, okay? Wealth has, it encompasses a lot. And it encompasses you having a peaceful life, a happy life. It encompasses you, having money as well, okay? But all the other, um, 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 treasures like love, like happiness, like joy, they are also attributed to wealth. Okay, so no one can claim to be wealthy if they have money and they are not living a peaceful life. They every day they are in turmoil, every day they're in anguish, every day, they're lamenting. Okay, they have all the money in the world, but they do not have joy. They do not have happiness. It's not possible. Okay, that is not the definition of wealth. So we started this book, Think and Grow Rich. So the idea of this book is that you need to, for you to be able to, enjoy that life of wealth, of abundance, you need to embrace the mindset. It starts with your mind. Okay, so what is the state of your mind right now regarding riches? What is the state of your mind right now regarding wealth? Even regarding people who are wealthy, what do you think about money? What do you think about having money? Okay, so it starts with your mind. So if you want to be able to embrace this mindset, you need to begin to work on your mind. Okay, uproot those unhealthy perspectives that you've inculcated over the years, and begin to plant new ones. Plant new seeds. So yesterday, the chapter was the introduction chapter, and it talks about success. It talks about how to be able to embrace this mindset. It talks about what the book, would be providing you as you read chapter by chapter. Now, one note, one of the parts which I highlighted in the introduction is success comes to those who become success conscious. Success comes to those who become success conscious. So you need to ask yourself, okay? You need to ask yourself, am I success conscious? What do I think about success? Do I see myself being successful? So you need to be success conscious if you want to be successful. Failure comes to those who indifferently allow themselves to become failure conscious. Okay, so if you are the kind of person whom in any way you're being threatened by failure, you begin to accept it, like, oh, I'm a failure, oh, I'm a failure, oh, I'm a failure. No, failure comes to those who indifferently allow themselves to become failure conscious. Okay, so you need to reposition your mind, reposition your thinking. If you want to be wealthy, if you want to be successful, reposition your mind into that direction. Okay, so you cannot. Hello, hi, Boss White. Hi. Welcome to our book reading challenge. We are on the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Yeah, so this challenge is all about you picking a book and reading a chapter a day. So if you've got a book right now, okay, you can take it up and we can study together. Book reading has helped so many. Book reading can help you. So it is helping me. It's a habit that I inculcated like about 1.5 months ago or something. Yeah. So join us. It's gonna be fun. It's fun. You're investing in your mind and you're learning something new. And I feel like book reading helps us, to improve our English. Okay. Yeah, it helps you a lot, like in various ways. For me, I like to read the book when I'm done with my dinner. Allow my food to digest. It helps me to relieve stress and tension of the day. No phone, no distraction. Let your phone do the watching for once. Okay, so yeah, so this book, the first chapter is all about the introduction, and the introduction talks about success and how you need to be able to have the desire. So there are two things in play. If you want to be successful, you need to have the desire, one, and you need to be determined. Okay, so there are like 3 Ds: desire, determination, and discipline. Okay, so if you have those three, three things pushing you forward, okay, you will get your goal. you will get your goal for sure. So you need to begin to have that desire of success, that desire to be wealthy. You can be wealthy. You have the right to be wealthy, and you will be wealthy. But it starts with your mind. What do you think about wealth? What do you think about riches? Do you know you can be rich? Do you know that you have the right to be rich? Okay, so it starts with your mind. That's what this book, in the first chapter, introduced us to. It starts with your mind. So let me see another part that I highlighted. Yeah, I love this part. It talks about quitting. It talked about quitting. Now, some of us, like, whenever we are, faced with problems, whenever we are faced with obstacles, challenges, the first thing that we want to do is to quit. Be like, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. Now, let me tell you something that I learned from this book in the first chapter. Persistence can lead you into places that you never could have imagined. Okay, so do not take a no for a no. In the first no that you receive would probably want to chase you away. Okay, you might be qualified for that job, you might be qualified for that, that award, you might be qualified for it. But when you receive a no, you begin to think that, oh, I'm not qualified, oh, they don't like me, oh, then you begin to have that quitting mentality. So you need to eradicate that quitting mentality, because persistence can take you places that you never could have imagined. Okay, so no does not necessarily mean no. So when someone says no to you, it is not I feel like that is a signal for you to even push more. That is a signal for you to be even persistent. Okay, yeah, so no does not necessarily mean a no. When someone says no, the first rejection we receive doesn't mean that you are totally rejected. You can persist, you can keep asking, and you might receive what you want. Okay, so no does not necessarily mean a no. Persistency is the key if you want to be successful. Persistency is the key if you want to be successful. Here's a place I highlighted. One of the most common causes of failure is the habit of quitting, which one is overtaken by when one is overtaken by temporary defeat. One of the most common causes of failure is the habit of quitting when one is overtaken by temporary defeat. So are you the kind of person who gets, you tend to quit? Are you the kind of person who tends to quit when you are told a no? Yeah, so you need to ask yourself, because for someone who desires to be successful, you cannot quit. Quitting is not supposed to be in your dictionary. Okay, yeah, that's what we learned in this book. It's not from my mind. So we must magnetize our minds with intense desire for riches, that we must become money conscious until the desire for money drives us to create definite plans for acquiring it. So I'm going to go off mic. When I return, I'll share with you what I've learned. Okay, yeah, so this chapter for today, the title is all about desire. Desire, 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 desire. So I'll talk to you soon. I'm back. Okay. So let's get to it. Here are some things that I learned in this chapter. I mean, it was an interesting read, very interesting read, and it talks about desire. It talks about desire. Okay, so let's see. Let me read out some parts that I highlighted here. Every person who wins in any undertaking must be willing to burn his ships and cut all sources of retreat. Only by so doing can one be sure of maintaining the state of mind known as a burning desire to win, essential to success. Yeah, so according to this chapter, okay, according to Napoleon Hill, if you want to be able to, you know, be successful, you need to burn every desire. You need to burn every bridge that will cause you to quit, that will cause you to retreat. Okay, yeah. So here are some here's some practical steps you can take in order for you to push your desire into success, for riches. Fix in your mind the exact amount of money you desire. It is not sufficient merely to say, I want plenty of money. Be definite as to the amount. There is no psychological reason for definiteness, which will be described in a subsequent chapter. Determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. Because there's no something for nothing. You must give something to get something. Establish a definite date when you intend to possess the money you desire. Create a definite plan for carrying out your desire and begin at once whether you're ready or not to put this plan into action. Write a clear, concise statement of the amount of money you intend to acquire. Name the time limit for its acquisition. State what you intend to give in return for the money and describe clearly the plan through which you intend to accumulate it. Read your written statement aloud twice daily, once just before retiring at night and once after arising in the morning. So those are practical steps you can take, if you want to be able, for example, if you want to push your desire towards riches, you want to be rich, you want to be wealthy. Okay, so fix your mind on the exact money you want, on the exact money you desire. Then determine, to give something in return for that desire to come to pass. Okay, establish a definite date that you want that desire to happen. Okay, create a definite plan. Then write out a clear statement of everything about your desire for riches. Then read it out daily, okay, before you sleep and when you wake up. If you truly desire money so keenly that your desire is an obsession, you will have no difficulty in convincing yourself that you will acquire it. So desire has a big role, in moving you forward into that direction of success. Okay, so you need to be able to have that desire that you want something. Without that desire, it will not happen. Okay, one must realize that all who have accumulated great fortunes first did a certain amount of dreaming, hoping, wishing, desiring, and planning before they acquired money. I love that part. We who desire to accumulate riches should remember the real leaders of the world always have been men who harnessed and put into practical use the intangible unseen forces of unborn opportunity and have converted those forces into skyscrapers, cities, factories, airplanes, automobiles, and every form of convenience that makes life more pleasant. Okay, so the desire to have riches, starts from something. It starts from something that has not been invented in the world. Okay, for example, look at Facebook. I mean, if it was like 50 years ago, 60 years ago, who would have thought, or 70 years ago, who would have thought that there would be an application where you can be able to, relate with friends all over the world or meet new friends all over the world. Okay, you can be able to save your pictures, you can be able to save your family photos, You know, you can be able to connect with friends, you know, from primary school, from high school, from university. Okay, so if you want to be successful, if you want to accumulate riches, okay, you have to, it has to come from a desire. A desire. So what is your desire? What is your desire? And then you have to decide that, okay, I'm putting my desire into something, and I'm ready to give something to for my desire to come to pass. Okay, so you dream, never stop dreaming, never stop hoping, never stop wishing, never stop desiring, and never stop planning. Okay, they are important in you moving forward with your goal. Okay, all right, thank you so much for doing this with me. Thank you for joining me on my book reading challenge. Not mine, not mine, not mine, our, it's ours. Okay, our book reading challenge, our live book reading challenge. Yes, it's amazing, you know, how many people joined today. I am so surprised. But I'm grateful for you guys joining me. Thank you guys, Boss White and Notification. We have so many usernames here. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us on our live book reading challenge today. We're still on the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Okay, you have that. If you have that desire to be rich, keep, you know, fueling it with determination, fueling it with discipline, with planning, with hoping, with dreaming, and it will come to pass. Yeah. So I'll join you tomorrow. I'll join you tomorrow again. Till then, take care. God be with you. God bless you. And never forget, your mind is formidable. Bye.